So what does it really take to build character? Not just, being a good person, but building something unshakable. Today, we're going to look for answers in a pretty unexpected place, the 2,500-year-old wisdom from the people who knew Confucius best.
And that's the big question, isn't it? We're going to dig into this, not by looking at Confucius himself, but through the eyes of his students, his disciples. Their experiences give us this incredible timeless blueprint for building a life that can withstand, well, anything. Okay, so first things first. Before you can build anything, you need a plan, right? You need to know what you're aiming for. For the disciples, that ideal, that end goal, was what they called the gentleman. Now, this is absolutely crucial to get. When they say gentleman, they are not talking about your social status or what family you come from. It's a universal standard of excellence. It's an ideal that anyone, you, me, anyone can strive for. Think about that. Real character doesn't show up when things are easy. It's forged when the pressure is on, when you're facing real danger, or maybe even harder, when you're tempted by personal gain. This is about having integrity when it truly costs you something. I love this quote because it shows that being an exemplary person isn't about being perfect. No way! It's about accountability. It's saying, look, when you mess up, don't hide it. Own it, publicly. Because when you fix it, you become an inspiration for everyone else. And you know what's so interesting here is the balance they describe. This person isn't just one thing. From far away, they command respect, but when you get close, they're warm, they're approachable. And when they speak, they're direct, authoritative, but not mean. It's a picture of real, nuanced strength. So we have the goal, the what. But what about the how? How do you actually get there? Well, for the disciples, the path was crystal clear. And it was a lifelong journey centered on one single thing: learning. This is just such a powerful idea of what it means to be a learner. It's not about racking up degrees or certificates, right? It's this daily, conscious effort to see where you're weak, and at the same time, to remember and reinforce where you're strong. It's all about constant, humble self-awareness. And here, one of the disciples, Tzu, he basically lays out a roadmap for us. It's an actionable 4-step guide. 1, learn from everything and everyone. 2, know your why and stick to it. 3, ask real, honest questions. And 4, apply all of that to your actual life, right here and now. It's a formula for turning information into actual wisdom. I mean, think about that. An artisan, a craftsman, they have a workshop where they perfect their skill. Well, for the disciples, the workshop for your character, the place you go to build yourself, is learning. It's not a hobby, it's the fundamental work. But here's the thing. All this self-improvement doesn't happen in a vacuum, does it? It gets tested out there, in the real world, in our relationships. And on this particular topic, well, this is where it gets really interesting, because the disciples did not all agree. I mean, it's a question we all ask ourselves, right? And this very question sparked this amazing debate, and it revealed 2 totally different ways of thinking about how to move through the world. So on one side, you have Hsia, who's the pragmatist. His take is pretty direct. Surround yourself with people who are, up to your standard. But then you have Chang, the humanist, and he argues for something totally different, a more compassionate, more inclusive view. Sure, honor the people you look up to, but also be tolerant and even feel for those who aren't quite there yet. And you know what's so cool about this? They don't just hand you the answer. It shows this isn't some dusty, rigid set of rules. It's a living, breathing tradition that's actually inviting us to think for ourselves. It's asking us, which path makes more sense for you? Okay, so to really understand why all this wisdom had such a grip on them, we have to talk about the source. We have to look at the incredible reverence the disciples had for their teacher. And this wasn't some kind of blind faith. It came from a deep, deep understanding of his greatness. So picture this. You're Tsukung, one of the top disciples. A government official comes up to you and says, hey, you're actually better than your teacher, Confucius. I mean, wow. This wasn't just a compliment. It was a trap, a test. And Tsukung's response is honestly one of the most powerful analogies I've ever heard. First, he talks about his own wisdom. And he does it with just incredible humility. He says, my wisdom is like a little house with low walls. Anyone can walk up, peek over, and see the nice things inside. It's accessible. It's easy to see. But then he talks about his teacher. He says Confucius's wisdom, that's like a massive estate with towering walls. You can't just walk by and casually look in. No, you have to find the gate. You have to be let in to even begin to see the incredible magnificence inside. And this is the knockout punch. He says trying to put yourself above Confucius is like trying to climb over the sun or the moon. It's impossible. It doesn't diminish the sun. It just shows how small you are for even trying. It's just a beautiful defense.
All right, so after all this, what does it all mean for us? Right here, right now, how can we take this ancient wisdom from these disciples and actually put it to use in our own lives?
It really boils down to this timeless three-part framework. First, you build a solid foundation of character, one based on real integrity. Second, you use learning as the tool, the lifelong practice, to constantly shape and improve that character. And third, you test it all out in your relationships, navigating the world with purpose and care.
In the end, this ancient wisdom isn't just something for us to admire from a distance. It's a challenge. It's asking us to look at our own lives as something we are actively building every single day. So the real question these disciples leave for us is this: what kind of foundation are you laying? What are you building?